Excuse me, call this meeting to order. Shelby County Supervisors, April 16th, 2024. Have any conflict of interest, gentlemen, on the meeting today? Any changes to the agenda, Mark?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Approval of minutes, April 2nd. Any corrections, Mark?
No.
You guys have any questions on the agenda?
None.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Bryce, second by Charlie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Had a chance to look over the claims.
Yep.
No questions?
Looks like the last beaver bounties are on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have a motion to approve the claims as presented.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, department head reports. Geraldine Gray, recorder. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, John.
Morning.
I handed out my quarterly report to all of you, and this quarter we did just a little bit more than we did the same quarter last year, so doing good on that. Have a little more in mortgage fees, a little more in revenue stamps, so that helps out a little more recordings. So that's staying steady, which is good. Other than that, as far as the DNR, we still have a few people that are registering their recreational vehicles. Those all expired December 31st. So if they are riding them on the roads or in the city limits, they need to get those renewed so that they have the updated tags for those. Turkey season is upon us, so you need to come in and get your turkey tags. Our modernization project, that's where we are trying to raise recording fees, which have not been raised in 40 years. We went to the state capitol in March through the ISAC meeting, met with quite a few representatives. They all seemed, like favorable. Nobody really had any big arguments against it. We're still meeting with the stakeholders, the attorneys, the bankers, the auditors for the auditor's fee, all those different associations, and kind of trying to come up with a plan with all of those. So we want to have it be, pretty much the same over 99 counties, kind of have it consistent, and that's what we're working towards on that. We're hoping to have legislation by this July. We're hoping to have kind of a plan in place and then introduce legislation in 2025. So hopefully we can get that all going. With that, we've had a few calls. People have been seeing on TV about fraud alert, where they're afraid that people will come in and be able to mortgage their property or deed.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yes. So people are concerned about that. Iowa Land Records is going to develop a fraud alert system at some point, hopefully with this change in recording fees that can help them. And then people would actually come into our office, register with that fraud alert system. They would have their property their names, and so if anything would happen to their property, they would get an alert that, hey, this has happened to your property. So, but in the meantime, I just wanted to, not that it couldn't happen, but we check over everything really carefully when it comes into our office. If there's a deed that comes through, we make sure that the people who are deeding it own the property. If a mortgage comes in, we make sure that person owns the property that is going to mortgage it. And we contact whoever we need to contact if it doesn't all match up. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for this fraud alert to come on, we have checks and balances and make sure that, that hopefully it doesn't ever happen here. So just a little bit to keep them a little bit not quite as nervous about it. So
Going back to those fees, I don't know, are you working with ISAC lobbyists on that at all?
I'm not, yes, I'm sure they are, yeah.
Okay. Just a little piece of advice is if by November, December, November would be better if you could, if you have your game plan together and where you want to go. I would reach out to Steve Holtz on the house side, and then he'll get you, if he's not the person, to get somebody drafting the bill already.
Okay,
Don't wait until session starts,
okay,
because you'll be too late probably.
right.
And then also I would have, one of your affiliates reach out to Dan Dawson, because he's on the Senate side.
Okay,
He's in Ways and Means, and he'll have to go through him anyway.
okay,
So, and if you get closer to that, you can let me know, but I've found it's best if you can get somebody sponsoring a bill and they're working on it prior to the session.
yeah.
Okay?
Okay, great.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No,
Nope.
Okay.
thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Anybody else out there for department head updates? Okay. Jay Ring, authorized chairperson, signed 5-year integrated roadside management plan.
You coming?
I don't know, I haven't seen him in a week. Actually, 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I would say no.
Basically, what this
Including
plan.
on everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
they need a plan, a 5-year plan to apply for the grants. So
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's what this is about, so.
Well, we'll just, if he shows up here before the meeting's over with, I'll get
And
him
I'm sure he
here.
has it all written out.
Otherwise,
so-
make sure he's here at the next meeting.
Yep.
Okay, we'll skip over that with him for now. Approval consideration of EMS, director job description. Bryce, I know you and the
Yep.
advisory council been working on that. Hey, Jenny. Come on in. Morning.
Yeah, we put together actually Jenny and Roger kind of spearheaded this to put together
Huh?
This is the high price.
High price, but not cheap seats.
put together the job description for the new EMS director, and they put a lot of time into it, very diligent. The whole committee has seen it multiple times and made corrections here and there, and this is the final product,
Yeah.
so.
What I looked over, I only had one possible small change is under personal relations. We got frequently meets and consults with the Board of Supervisors. I'd like to change frequently meets to meet monthly,
Okay.
because that's the way we started it now, and that way we can get through budgets, and I don't want to see us go several months without that.
Okay.
Does that seem appropriate?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Otherwise, I thought it was very, very detailed, a lot of thought put into it.
We tried to include everything we thought would be in the quality of a director we wanted to see.
Anybody else have any thoughts or concerns?
No.
Okay, before we vote on that, what are you thinking on, we really, the way the budget's going, unless a bunch of billing money comes in, and it's been coming in but slowly, I would think we could, maybe in July,
I think that's kind of what our timeline. that
get into
we
the next
discussed.
budget year, start
Hopefully.
advertising.
Yeah.
But unless the financing, the revenues change drastically, I don't see us being able to fill that position until like September. But you all know, as far as getting somebody on board, it can take 8 months.
Yeah, yeah.
Go through the process, they probably have a job somewhere else and blah, blah, blah.
I think that's a reasonable.
So kind of on board there.
It's a good timeline.
That's what we've been talking.
Okay. And then will you be in charge, since you're on the advisory council, of putting an interview committee together?
We've been working on that.
And bring that to us?
Mhm.
Okay. Guys, you guys are really hard to get along with today.
Yeah,
I'll make that
Anything
change
else?
and then I can push it back. Because it went through Galloway, our HR department.
can we approve it with that change?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve with that change.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce to approve the job description for EMS Service Director with that one change. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, thank you. Next we'll move on to approval of contract amendments and sale terms for annex, and approved publication. So I'm gonna turn it over to Marcus. You wanna come up here?
Sure.
A little easier for the camera. I know one of the issues, big concerns is we have 3 renters in there, they're leasing, and they've have some questions, I can't say raise concerns, but have some questions. If they would be able to stay there with their existing lease, and then, when their term is up, allow the new owners to, issue them a new lease or whatever.
Yeah, looking at the leases, we have 3 leases at the annex right now. We have the juvenile court lease, which is among Shelby County, Cass County, Harrison County, Audubon County. And then we have the lease with Southwest Iowa Mental Health Center, Disabilities Region, and then we have the lease with Harlan Family Services. The lease for the juvenile court services and Southwest Iowa Mental Health, I think all we need to do on those is assign the lease to the new owner, and that'll continue on.
Okay.
Because there's nothing in those leases that requires termination upon sale or anything of that nature. But the Harlan one does have a provision in there that basically says that upon sale, the lease is terminated with 45 days prior written notice. So either on that one, either we'll have to amend the lease to remove that, or it'll be terminated and they'll have to deal with the new owner. So that is a complication on that one.
I would sooner, could you contact them and see if they want to redo it, or you want us to, or?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would like to give them that option.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Just to remove that.
Right, just to delete that and continue the lease, because this was just entered into in January.
Right,
So I would imagine they would want to continue it.
yeah, I would say, yeah, I've had nothing but positive comments from down there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to contact them, and then I can do a little
Will you do
amendment.
that? CC me on that too. Just so we get it straight, so we're just asking them if they wanted to remove that clause, and then we would assign.
We'd assign that one just like we'd assign the other 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
yep, we'd assign their lease to the new owners.
right. And that's going to be more valuable for us anyway, because
Yep.
it'll make the building more valuable, so
Okay.
to have another lease.
I think it was
in place.
Mindy, wasn't it, Mark, who we dealt with?
That's the name, yep.
Okay,
And then I put together a public notice for sale of the annex by sealed bids. Just summarizing it, the county's going to provide a quick claim deed, no abstract will be provided. Sealed bids will be accepted, and minimum bid will be $265,000. That's what the appraisal came in at. All bids to be in writing, delivered to the auditor by 5 p.m. June 3rd, 2024. Bids to be open on June 4th, 2024 at 9 a.m. No lead bids accepted. 10% down is due on June 4th, 2024. And a purchase agreement will be entered into by the county and the successful bidder on that date, with the balance of the purchase price due on or before June 30th, 2024.
will they have to submit that 10% with their bid?
They will, yes.
Okay, and then, since we had the public hearing, never had any comments either way, we don't need to have a public hearing there on the 4th, do we?
Well, you'll have the bids, and
Right.
then you'll have the public hearing to accept the bids.
Okay, okay.
So I think you still need
Okay.
to go through that step.
Okay,
The only other thing, just thinking about it here, I wonder if we shouldn't just indicate that the county reserves the right to reject any and all bids.
yep,
I think that's always good to have in there.
yep.
So I can add that, Mark, and send it back over to you.
And then I have a request, 5 p.m., change it to 4:30.
Okay. You bet.
Before, whatever.
Yeah,
Wait.
whatever.
forget it. We have to be open anyway for election, June.
Yeah, but still, they've had ample time there.
Yeah. So,
I don't care. It makes no difference to me.
yeah. I forgot we gotta be here till 5 anyway, the day before.
Okay.
So that's what I have on that.
So if, let's just say Heartland doesn't want to, for whatever reason, didn't want to take that off of there, will that change this process if they had to have 45 days notice?
It shouldn't change the process. I mean, we'll need to make sure we give them the 45-day notice,
Okay.
because we still have, we have over, it's pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah, so we need to do that right away,
Well, we should find out this week.
yeah.
Okay.
And if that's a problem, let me know.
Neil?
I guess for the sheriff's office side of things, when is the last day that you want our stuff to be in there? We've been working at trying to move stuff out, but when is the day that you kind of want us out completely?
June 30th would be the possession date.
Okay, but are you gonna do any showings or, I mean, anything like that?
I've already shown it once, but we can't get in there.
Okay.
So they just look
I didn't
and
know if you wanted to be able to get in there at some point, we could.
I'm
We
sure
have
anybody
started.
that looks at the building is going to want to see that.
I told them to contact
me.
your deputy that's in charge there at the sheriff's office if they wanted to look around.
Yeah, and we could, I mean, if you guys have a date that you want us completely out by, we'll work to get it done by that date so that you could openly show those areas of the building as well. Completely up to you
As
guys.
soon as possible.
Okay, we have been working at it, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of things to.
Yeah, as soon as possible, but definitely the 30th.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the drop dead date, but to show it probably sooner than that, I would say.
And if you empty it, you can bring the key up to me, then I would be able to show it.
sounds good.
Yep, thanks.
Do you guys, now that you mentioned that, do you see any advantage of having an open house, or are most people probably just going to set up a time to come?
I put 4 signs up down there. There's 2 on the
Windows?
portico, on each one of those uprights. And then there's one on the west side and one on the north side, on the outside of the building.
Okay. And then we'll have something in the paper or on the radio?
I was planning on putting this
Okay.
as a display ad.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Somebody read the minutes from the last meeting and I've already, they went and looked at the building.
Okay.
I think, the number of bidders is gonna be somewhat limited, so I don't know that an
Yeah.
open house would
Right.
necessarily be a benefit, but
Okay. Well, we'll just let it go as planning with our advertising and the signs you've put up then, so, so we'll go ahead and Mark's gonna check into, I don't know if there's really, we can approve this notice and then, come back with the next meeting if we need to change something.
yeah, if there's something with Heartland. Either way, we'll, if they are in agreement, we'll come back with an amendment
Yep,
that you can approve. And if they aren't, then obviously we'll have to deal with
issue
that.
notice.
Yeah.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the amendments and the public notice?
I make the motion plus the changes in it.
Okay,
I'll second.
motion by Charlie, second by Bryce to approve the public notice and sale terms for the annex building. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay,
Can this be put on our website?
Sure.
Can somebody do that?
what's that?
Pictures of it, and it's on our website, advertise it
Yeah.
there. Maybe some interior pictures too.
Okay. Any supervisor reports? Anybody have anything?
They were turning the water on in Mantino and a street shot water off when shot water like a geyser when they turned it on, so that's gonna be a big bill,
And what's that for?
to turn on the shower house.
The shower house.
On the
Break
south side.
outside or something?
Inside, there's a street
Inside.
shut off inside, so it's gonna be a big bill, but
Yeah, what do you do?
Mantino's showing its age, so, Other than that, the building is done on the east side,
Oh, good,
update.
good. I'll
And
stop up there sometime.
they're getting a group together to come out and camp and do the west side. So,
Okay.
bunch of volunteers. So,
Okay, yeah.
other than that, I don't have any other updates.
The only thing just for you guys, the only update I have is last Thursday, Taryn and Jordan and I met for a few hours and are fine tuning the EMS proposed budget for next year. Because when we put that proposal together, it was like December and they just first started that time. And so working on that and hopefully by our next meeting, we'll have that. We're getting some numbers finalized with, because Christie had helped in that original budget. I'm waiting for her to get back to me with a few things, but,
The total numbers don't change, they just got more accurate
Right,
with the
yeah.
line items.
Sure.
Yep.
right,
Makes sense.
yep, and we're double checking on the revenues and stuff too, so. Other than that, I don't have anything else there. Todd Lee, Shelby County Chamber Report. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Morning, Todd.
Morning.
Speaking of the annex building, if you know of anybody that's looking for something, share that with them.
Yeah, I will. One person.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just reaching out to them.
Just got some calendar items to make you aware of. This Thursday at 9 a.m. We'll be at the Shelby County Extension and Outreach Office because it's celebrating Extension and Outreach Week, which runs from the 15th to the 20th. We'll have that. And then on Friday the 19th at 11 o'clock, we'll be at the Shelby County Community Outreach to celebrate their 20th anniversary over there at Heroes Attic. And then Saturday, for people who want to go by, they'll have an open house. And if you remember the beef Sundays that they used to have at the fairgrounds, we'll be basically handing those out till they're gone. So if you like me and you miss those, stop by Saturday and grab it. We do have a blood drive coming up on April 22nd from 8 to 2. And you can call Ruth Pitkin at 755-4316 for that. And as we continue to discuss, these blood drives are really important for people to come out and turn out for. Then just a note to the public, the preservation work that's getting done on the historical cabins over there at the museum. You know,
Excuse me.
it's going to be going on for a while, which obviously means tours aren't available, but also they do ask that if you want to watch us, fine, but just do it from a safe distance, you know, just try not to interrupt the workers while they're over there doing that. Then the only other couple things is we'll have our chamber board meeting today, and coming out of that meeting, we may be putting out touches for people who want to join as board members. Because, you know, it's that time of the year where people will decide if they want to continue doing it or not. And then the other thing is we actually have a couple of races that we can have a candidate forum for. So we'll come up with a date in May to have that candidate forum during our meeting today. And
I guess I'll be here before we know it too, won't it?
Yeah, but it's always nice to have a forum, you know, actually have more than one candidate for offices, so it's good.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
Yep.
Next on the agenda, secondary roads report and right-of-way permits to be considered.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey Todd. I did message Jay, he said he
Contacted already.
can't make it this morning, but he
Okay.
will make it in 2 weeks. So
Okay.
put him back on.
Okay.
Should be good. I think first of all, if we can
Just so, he's not waiting for anything, for grants or anything, is he?
No.
Need to have a special meeting or something?
No, it's
Okay.
just for the application, or approval of application. I think first, let's do the 2 utility permits if we can.
Okay.
Pretty basic. The first one is for Marnie Auckland. They want to bury some fiber optic line down towards Avoca. There's not too many miles. Everything stays in the right of way.
Okay.
Nothing too exciting. Actually, I think there's only 1.5 miles worth. So that one I would like to see approved. And I don't know if we need to approve them separately or if we can approve them both
Yeah,
at the
probably.
same time. Okay, so I'd ask for Marnie Elkhorn's approval first.
Motion approved.
Second?
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, and Mark, I'll get you the number on
Sure.
that one after the meeting here. The second one is for this Zayo group, and actually this one is easier. They will be in the right of way, but all the conduit is already in the ground. They're just pulling fiber optic cable, additional cable through
All in the right of way.
Yeah, so it's already in the right of way. They'll just be physically sitting
Would
in
you
the
say the
right of
name
way.
of it?
Zayo, Z-A-Y-O. It's out of Boulder. And all of this, Colorado, all of this is along 900th Street, and then it jumps up to 44. And that would be west of 59. I can't remember exactly where it jumps. But like I say, everything is existing, so they'll just be standing there pulling cable. So pretty simple, and they shouldn't destroy anything at all.
Okay, there's a
So-
motion to approve that as
Motion to
well.
approve.
Second?
Motion by Bryce, second by Charlie. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carried. Okay,
Okay, great.
pretty painless.
It was. They'll be happy, both of those two. The big thing I guess we still have going on is the F-24 paving. It is progressing. The weather's been fairly decent to us, so the surface layer is on from Linden all the way over to the bridge right west of Irwin.
Wow.
They have been through Irwin with the intermediate. If it wasn't raining today, they would pave the surface lift on the first side, tomorrow on the second side, but we're pushed back a day. So hopefully by Thursday, Thursday they'll have Irwin done. Following that, we'll run up to Defiance. They seem to think that'll take just a day to do both lifts. Again, barring weather
Right.
and how fast they can get the first lift to cool down will kind of dictate that. So they are pushing through, and I think I mentioned, in addition to what was in the contract, they are going to do the 1,300 feet north of Harlan on Linden Road, from the city limits to the, just north of the bridge, right around 1100 Street.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. So they milled that off yesterday. They were hoping, and I think they're still hoping, that Friday of this week they will be able to put the first lift on that. But I will send something to EMA. They will have to close the road during the day. So anything going north of Harlan on Old 59, you'll be shut for that quarter of a mile. So, just so people are aware,
Mhm.
Same
that's
width?
coming on to. It'll be the same width,
Okay.
9 feet. I don't foresee that road ever improving in width.
How about down by Scott McLaughlin's where the bridge was taken out? Are they gonna fix that?
Oh, right on the curve.
Yeah.
That will be done also.
Good.
There's a little playing going on. The city of Irwin had some additional work, but they are having water mains replaced right now. So their downtown is tore up. So when Western gets through with everything I mentioned, they will go to Audubon County, just right over the line. Audubon has 4 miles they're going to do. When they get done with that, Western will come back and finish Irwin, and then they will hit that spot up on the curve. And the road will also be closed for that, probably 2 days. They'll shut it the first morning, mill it out, first lift. You'll have to sit overnight. They'll come in the next day and put the second on it. So
Perfect.
a little more information will be forthcoming on that whenever I know.
Okay.
But like I say, overall, I think it's gone pretty well, and they've been very active with what they can do, and I'd like to thank everybody in general with the public. It's been pretty quiet up through there, and I think everybody's avoiding it if they can, and I really appreciate it, and the workers do also. It just makes things go a lot smoother and keeps everybody a little more safe. So,
Okay.
other than that, the bridge crew is out. They did tear the bridge out west of Ginkgo on 1100th, so hopefully start put back here either the end of the week or the first of next. The rain is good, but will delay us a little bit. So we will go back out and hopefully be able to blade a little harder again with the rain and smooth some things out. I know they have been spot rocking yet, and I'm sure we will again.
Mhm.
After the rain, standard procedures. So both ditching crews are out and have been replacing culvert pipe in different areas of the county also. So a little more maintenance while we can get things done and while the weather's good.
Okay.
So right now,
Positions
staying
all
busy.
filled?
Everything is filled. We did hire a truck driver here just, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, right after the last meeting. So it was filled and he's kind of learning into his position and
Does he have a CDL?
we have to get it for him. So he's been out doing some driving and I think Jay was going to go out with him and get him behind the wheel and seems very interested and
Good.
he's a younger guy, so hopefully everything works out and we should be good.
Good. Okay,
All right?
thank you, sir.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is resolution 2024-23, fiscal year 24 budget amendment, publication and hearing. Mark?
Yeah, we had some late additions for the amendment, and so we had to redo our publication and schedule it for the next meeting date. And this resolution would rescind the last one and set the new resolution date for the 21st of May, 2024, at the regular meeting.
Okay. And what was the additions?
There's some, Neil's here, there was, the capital spending will be for the telephones in the cars. The money's there. It's just, budgeting it to
Right.
spend it.
Yeah,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. One of them was one that just got slipped through the cracks. It was supposed to be amended and didn't get put in there. We caught it late. As far as the salary line item, that was just needed money switched around. And the other one is a capital spending for what our IT department wanted us to install into our cruisers. Basically, more secure access points. They're called Cradle Point. They sit in our cruisers and they give internet to the cruiser. They allow the cruisers to manually offload all the in-car camera software, stuff like that. It's all encrypted so it can't be hacked. Austin looked at what we're currently running and I mean, bless his heart, I know things cost money, but he is trying to make it more secure, especially after some other agencies had issues. So it's something we probably need to do sooner rather than later, so that got thrown in there since we were opening it up anyways.
It's the same devices that we'll be using for the elections.
Yes.
They are approved for elections, so they're secure.
Okay.
And thank you to Austin for that.
Yep, yep, he caught that, so.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks guys.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Do I have a motion to approve the budget amendments and publication today?
Motion.
Second?
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Anybody have anything else? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you.